Greetings and salutations from Southern California. My name is Murphy Daly. I'm an AV veteran, author, and project manager. You are joining us in 2026 for the AV Life.
Hey, my name is Joe Way, and you are watching and listening to the AV Life. And as everyone knows, I am the founding member of the Tim Van Woeart fan club. And of course, I think I do have a day job, and that's working at UCLA as the executive director of Digital Spaces, and of course, co-founder of the Higher Education Technology Managers Alliance. But more than that, the founder of the Tim Van Woeart fan club.
Well, and with that introduction, I'm your host, Tim Van Woeart, to which the fan club is being run by Joe Way. And you are watching and listening to the AV Life. So, Happy New Year, folks. Welcome back. We took a couple weeks off there and finished out the year. At least personally, I made sure I shut down. I reset like we talked about all through December, and making that time to recover and be ready to kickstart 2026. So hope you all did the same thing as you're hearing this. Just as a little personal note, it's also my 15th anniversary of being in higher ed AV. So for those who've heard my story over the years, that started 15 years ago, January 4th. So that was, and here I am 15 years later.
Sorry to hear
that. That's got to be some stories, Tim.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of stories, and I could probably sit here and ramble them off, and maybe that's an episode for another day. Yeah, that's an episode for another day of me just being here rambling off stories of what I've gone through over 15 years. But one of the things I've definitely done over 15 years, I've met some amazing folks all across the world. And one of them is actually here with us tonight. The ever most popular Chi Hang Lo. Chi, how are you, sir?
Good. Hi, Tim. Yeah, I'm good. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Glad to have you here, sir. We brought Chi in here today because there was a pretty big announcement today. Let me tell you, this January, the January 2026, kicked us off real strong. But particularly for Chi here, you got nominated to be AV Professional of the Year from AV Nation. So congratulations, sir. What are your I'm just gonna kick right into it. What were your initial thoughts when you found out you've been nominated?
I was so surprised for the nomination. So this is a great honor for me, to be honest. Yeah. So I've been kind of very fortunate to work with different group of people to collaborate to bring AV to be more meaningful way. So that I think this is a great milestone for myself.
Yeah, like I said, most deserve, sir. Like this is a testament to all your hard work and friendship and networking over the years that you've done for all of us. So I think, definitely well deserved, sir. And Joe is sitting there so quietly. I was really expecting something from Joe, and
well, I was giving Chi his moment. You know how hard it is for me to shut up.
Well, right? That's why I was expecting the interjection, which never,
All right. So I'm going to say two things right now. Okay. Actually, I'm going to say three things. First off, we all know that Chi is everybody's favorite human on earth, right? Okay. Plain and simple. We all know that. But I want to do a first met and a happened today. Okay. To prove why Chi needs to get AV Professional of the Year from AV Nation. Okay. And that's why everyone needs to go vote for him. And I'm going to tell you, so I'm going to go back to first met. I got a job at USC and I came in, and there was a very famous director in our industry who was Chi's boss at the time before I came in, who did a lot in our industry. And it took me all of about 5 minutes to realize that all of the genius behind everything that ever happened was this man right here. And not only that, but he was so humble and servant and wanted to give everything without taking any of the credit himself. And it took me all of 5 minutes so at USC, we did our digital transformation, AKA reorg. And she came in with like a 30-point PowerPoint slide of here's everything I did. And I'm like going, oh, wait, this was all you? And I realized that she is someone who just wanted the best for the university and didn't need all of the clout that comes with that. I'm complete opposite. I'm like, I'm an attention whore, okay? Like, I want it, but she is the complete opposite. He's the person that says, I'm going to do my job and I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the best for my employer and my institution. And then I realized everything that USC did, all the awards, all the great clout was because of his design behind the scenes. And that's why she came in, he's like, here's my number 2. Like, he's coming, he's staying with me. And I realized that on my first day of work at USC when I first met him. And then I said, I'm going to fast forward to today. Well, obviously it came out today that he is nominated for AV Professional of the Year with AV Nation. But that's not the headline. The headline happened about 35 minutes ago when I got a message on our internal Slack from Jacob, our comms. He nominated one of his own staff for our entire, like UCLA. Now we know now UCLA, and blah, 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 right? For them to get our employee of the month. So this is somebody who is I hope I pass the torch to, is already passing the torch, is already building up his own team, is already taking the credit away from himself and giving it to his own staff. And I get messaged on something, oh, by the way, your employee is now ours. And I read what he wrote about his own employee. And the servant heart that she has to say, I'm going to take the credit away from me and this award-winning project, and I want to give it to this person. And that's Chi in a nutshell. From the first day I met him to even today, 35 minutes ago. And that's why he needs to be a professional, period.
Oh, Joe, you're so nice, Joe. So,
and I'm not lying either.
No, you're not.
Yeah. So, one thing I always remember, so when Joe's hired me for my current positions now, so that he kind of told me that I need to pass the mission to my team, right? So that my team, all of them, they're very great. And then I'm so fortunate. Yeah. So the staff, Joe mentioned that is he was so helpful for so many projects. So a lot of people reach out to me, hey, they want to nominate him. So can I say his name, Joe?
Yeah. That's why I asked him when this was coming out. You can give his name.
Yeah. So yes, that's why everyone come to me. Hey, can I nominate Kenny? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me know what I can help. Right. So that then I work together, submit a paperwork, and then it's work out. So and then I see that I really appreciate Joe's mentioned that to kind of have the heart, right? So that when you're in the AV industry, a lot of people are trying to be very thinking just for themselves, but I always want to tell my team, hey, we are an organization, we are the team, right? So how we contribute ourselves to make the things better. So this is what I like my team going to work. So still working, but this is the way how I lead my team right now. So hopefully that will be more impactful in the future too.
And never mind that the guy is the greatest genius in our industry, right? We didn't even get to that part yet. Okay.
You got some fans, Chi. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, and
go vote.
Well, yeah, now yes, go vote for Chi. Vote for Chi. Vote for Chi. Also, as part of those nominations, we do have the UCLA classroom modernization project is up for Project of the Year. John A. Logan College Emergency Notification and Lecture Capture Modernization. Wow, that's a mouthful on that one. But I know it's a great project. And the National Graduate School of Applied Sciences and Risk, the NSAR project, is also nominated for Best Project of the Year. The HETMA Virtual Conference is back up there for Best Education. Best Technical Support, HETMA Community is back up there. And then there's a list of Best Higher Ed AV products as well, and I'm not going to go through that. But there's a good showing from higher ed again this year. I think it's definitely a testament as well to our impact on the industry. And it's being recognized, not just within ourselves, but from the outside as well. So, yeah, so get out there and vote. Make sure we keep everybody moving forward. And look I'm sure there's other folks that were nominated. I just don't see it there right now. But we're focusing on Chi because he's here. So it's Chi gets the spotlight for right now.
It's a great year. And here's the thing. I think we've been saying this for a year, and now I think we're finally there, that it's been a transformational year. Like, I'll do a little, now it's time for my self-promotion.
Here we go.
About the UCLA project, because it is the first ever cloud first AV system that, of course, Chi Hang Lo designed. So let's go this. It was my idea. Okay. I'm taking the idea. All right. It's my idea. But Chi's the one that made it happen. And we may or may not be patent pending.
Well, I was also on a past. I was also on
that. May or may not be patent pending.
And if you want more details on that, go back to the past episode that we talked about that here on the AV Life. So go make sure you scroll back, and we had a full episode just on that project. So, but continue, Joe.
So Joe Way, I'm just thinking some like mock turtlenecks, and to be
Black
like
turtleneck and blue jeans in front of a big wall announcing an iPhone.
And Waz over here doing the engineering.
You know, there you go. There's the power couple. The power couple. No, but to be honest, like
Jobs and Waz. What
was done, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but yes, I'm going to
I interrupted you. I'm sorry. You had the idea. He had the execution. But the design.
Chi was the beauty of it as well, because he made this happen and bringing everything in. Because I know where I was going with it. I was going to Mike Peterson. Let's see if he listens, if he retweets this, because he gets the. So about a year and a half ago, maybe not even a year. Yeah, it was maybe a year and a half ago. When did you get hired? About a year and a half, Chi? Almost 2 years now? Year and a half ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I said that I'm going to do the very first cloud, like nothing. And even Mike Peterson tweeted, this was on an AV in the AM, hashtag Chris Netto. Now you can repeat this. You can repeat this. Mike Peterson says, Joe, not even you are that crazy to do a straight from something to cloud to back with nothing in between. Turns out we are that crazy. And Chi's team figured out how to do it. And it's amazeballs. That's all I'm going to say. So you got to come by, and we'll give you a great tour. So there we go. It's the greatest thing ever. And by the way, AV Technology Magazine, greatest install of 2025, cover story, 6-page thing. You can actually read about it. So best install of 2025. And I'll tell you, it's crazy. What you did, Chi, is to take an idea. I'm just the crazy guy who throw ideas. I don't actually have to do it. I just got to throw the idea. You need people actually have to do it. And it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So and it's interesting you bring up transformative, Joe, because I was having a conversation earlier today with Gina Sansevero, and that was kind of she was unavailable to join us here tonight. She did get the invite, but then there's another name drop out there. And we were talking about just kind of some changes in the industry and things like that. And we both agreed that this year was going to be, I think the 2026 is going to be a transformative year in general for our industry. I think overall, that's what you're going to see. And another thing making headlines today was the announcement of the retirement of Dave Labuscus.
Don't you make me cry.
I know it's a he has announced his retirement effective at the end of this year. And after 14 years of leading us and having the AV industry grow the way that we have, and to have the support of Avixa, to have Avixa grow the way that they have, that is just shown his leadership and involvement, especially also with like the Prism Scholarship. You had just posted about that earlier today, Joe, and like, it's a highlight of your career. Definitely. It's a highlight for us as Hetma. Like it's a highlight for our entire industry. And that's just a piece of all the things that he's done for our industry. And I think this signals that transformation that's going to be happening. And obviously, M&A news already starts kicking off and stuff like that. We left that in 25 as we're now coming in to now as well. So yeah, I think that's, this episode's usually the one for the bold predictions. And I don't know if I want to make a prediction.
Let's take a minute and not forget, even as we're excited about the future, which is looking very bright and exciting, let's take a moment before we get too far, Tim, and talk about the future.
Right. The future's so bright. I got to wear shades, so
and purple shades. That's right. What's humming through? Na 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 na.
Oh,
that's just going through my head because I was listening to it earlier.
Anniversary theme song. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, if the future is bright and we're looking in the back a little bit, because Tim, 15 years.
Oh, well, yeah.
Do not skip over yourself. Let's focus on our host with the most here. The guy who keeps it together. You've been chugging for a long time.
I have been, yes, and it's been a wild ride, because like I started at a small private university, had two small campuses here in New Jersey, and being private, you had to be mindful of budgets and things like that, because you're not getting as much state money as the state universities and stuff like that. And it was a good stepping stone for someone. I was a technology person. I'm not gonna like deny that, but I had no idea about AV. I was given an opportunity by a friend of mine who had the position before I did, and he was like, you want to try for this? Because I was looking to switch careers and things like that. And I applied, and during the interview, I basically, by my future boss, he was like, if you know how to talk to people and work with people and be confident in the things that you do, I can teach you the technology. And that's all I needed to get started. Like I could walk up to a 65-year-old professor and be like, okay, this is what you got to do, and like be able to walk them through it and make them feel that they're learning something and not that they're dumb for not knowing the technology. I learned a lot in those.
That's a golden skill.
I learned a lot in those first few years. And then I made the transition to Rutgers, and I think that's where my network really spread. It really opened when I went to Rutgers, and it's partly because of this podcast, and then it was because of this podcast. And then I met Joe in person in Poughkeepsie, New York at an CCUMC at the time, ETC conference. The cannon, yes. And we had an explosive start to our friendship, Joe. And it took place at Marist now university, up in Poughkeepsie, New York, and it's a beautiful private school up there. Absolutely, like the grounds are amazing, and they're right on the river, and it's also a very Civil War area that has a lot of history in that space. So the last night there was a dinner, and they brought in Civil War reenactors, and they brought out a functional cannon that with blanks, not with actual cannonballs.
Aw.
But because what they used to do, and they explained it to us, is that they would set up on the hillside, and they actually would fire into the river. So, like,
Then
yes,
the fish complained.
One of the most fun I ever had in my life. I mean, there was video of me jumping.
yeah,
and swimming.
like a little boy, like we were all little kids. We were all little kids, just fire, and like you felt the concussive force through your chest when it went off. So, and then that introduction led to HETMA, which then led back continuing here to the podcast, and
Still reverberates.
it still reverberates.
By the way, read the chat. I'll be back.
Okay. So that was, that's kind of my path in a nutshell there. It's like, and we've come we've come a long way as an industry in those years. Like when I first started, like laser projectors were kind of just being talked about. Like it was kind of like, we had, I think Casio was like, they had come out with like a small form factor one that I think it was one LCD, so like there were, not one LCD. It was a one chip. It was a one chip. And sorry,
One night.
sorry, yeah. One small visit.
Don't look directly into it.
Yeah. But and like,
Wow.
but we were still lamp based. I went at the campus I was with was BYOD everywhere. So interactive displays there's one made by Sharp, and actually I know they're still around. They don't make them anymore, but it is their Sharp interactive display, and this thing is a monster. Like it is like, I think it's got to be 5 inches thick, and it's got to weigh like 500 pounds. But it was a solid piece of hardware. It was very innovative for what it was at the time. And now we have interactive displays that are practically indestructible. You've got manufacturers who are putting tempered glass in there, and everything's on board and running on Android. And so like it's the thing that I've stood by, and I bring this up because I always still think that there's always a place for it. When I was hired at Rutgers, like one of the things that they asked me in the very beginning was like, what do you see as a thing for our classrooms and the future? And I was like, cameras in every classroom. I'm like, and this would have been, so 10 years ago would have put us, because it was May of 2015. So that was years before COVID.
Which 2026, 2016.
Yeah. No, it was 15 because it was May.
Okay.
I'm approaching 11 years in May with Rutgers, like, so it's 15 years. But yeah, I was like, I see cameras in all the classrooms. I'm like, not just for being able to reach out and get to people that are off site, but also for capture so that was something 10 years ago I saw, and we've done a better job with that as the years progressed, but I think we're just coming around to that, and I think some universities are in the same boat with that. So it's we do.
Wow.
Yeah, and also
I'm trying to think. Okay, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, 15 years ago,
hopeful Cub AV technician,
2011. Yeah, January of 2011.
Timmy Olsen.
Yeah. I didn't fall down a well though. Don't worry.
No. I meant
Lassie didn't have to come for me.
I meant Jimmy Olsen, like from Superman.
Oh, Jimmy Olsen.
That Jimmy.
I was thinking like Timmy fell down the well. Like, Lassie, go get help.
Right. No, like the Cub reporter. You were the Cub.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm thinking, what was happening 15 years ago in the world of AV? What was like the hotness? 15 years ago, flat screens were magical. I don't think they were happening yet, right?
They were not as economically priced as they are now. Yeah.
They couldn't get the big ones.
Yeah, I could get like a 32-inch, that was like super thick and, commercially.
I have that one hanging up in my bedroom because I don't.
Well, they still work, some of them. Like
I know. I'm like, why change it? It's there.
The 6 inches one, right? The 6 inches one thick. The LED.
Oh yeah, it's really thick, and the bevel is like this big.
Oh yeah,
Joe, we're talking about the technology that was in place when Tim was the beginning his AV career, and I'm trying to go back in time. Like, okay, what was he looking at?
Were they using animal blood on the side of caves?
Hey.
Whoa.
I was sending smoke signals,
Right. Right. You're saying.
Well, it was interesting. Actually, so I went to our AI online and see what I did, like AV technology from 2011, and AV technology trends focused on IP convergence. So we were starting that world. USB 3 was starting to come up, and that's pretty accurate. I will say that, because I remember one of the things when I left that job to move to Rutgers, I had like personal files on the laptop and stuff like that, so I was offloading those things, and I bought a USB 3 Western Digital 2 terabyte hard drive, external hard drive. I know, it was like I got it 2 terabyte, yeah, and that was like, it was huge for the time. And I was thinking, wow, what am I ever going to do with all this hard drive space? And now, like, now you get a solid state 1 terabyte. It was like standard. It's like,
yes, but it's all in the cloud
or in the cloud. Yeah, it's like, and that's what, actually, I'm funny enough, I'm actually in the middle of that project, taking all that from the hard drive and putting it up into the cloud so I don't have to worry about hard drive failure. But it was the old 3.0 that had that keyed other end, the one that was like really narrow. It was that 3.0, not the not like the standard. I don't know I got a USB 2.0, but the B style, but the 3.0 B style. That was what that hard drive was. So
there you go.
Yeah, so advanced multi-display. Okay. Professional gear like hot
connection is no connection, wireless first, and wireless only.
Wait, sorry, again. Say that again, Joe.
So the best connection is no connection.
Yep.
It's true.
Yeah, wireless. Yeah. It's one less failure point.
Good times.
Oh wow, it's funny.
I love the sound of all of the typing in the background.
It's like, what are we searching? What are we searching for right now? Yeah. Actually, do I have more information on? Oh, here we go. Oh wait, we're gonna eCampus News. Oh, it still has the article. Infocom 2011. Let's see, brought more than 33,000 people to Orlando.
Wow.
And this is from eCampus News. Yeah, I said that.
33,000.
Green AV systems, a key area of focus.
And sustainability.
There you go.
Sustainability project of the year. Hashtag vote for Chi Hang Lo.
Yeah. Innovative new speakers, public address systems. Wow, this is like looking at a time capsule.
It is. But see, that's where you were.
That's where
we're walking into, but you didn't stay there. You carried it forward and you grew and you made all these connections and you connected with great people like the Hetma people, like Joe, like all of the infocoms between then and now.
Well, the funny.
Did we talk about the best time that Chi and I had with you, Tim, in your 15 years?
Oh, yes.
Are we talking about when you went to the wrong campus and you thought I was at one? Which is funny because that's the campus I'm at now.
See,
So,
we were just early.
I love telling this story because, and it's it's because of Chi, really. So Joe and Chi, this was during your USC. This is the early days of USC, and you guys had come out to the East Coast. I was under the impression you guys were coming down to Rutgers, New Brunswick, and then we ended up at Rutgers, Newark. And I attempted to show you around campus the best I could, and show you what they were doing. And now you come to Rutgers, Newark, I'll be able to I can show you everything, and I got keys and access, and I could do all the things.
Here's the fun fact about that. There's two things. You gave a better tour of the campus next door. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's true.
There's like two campuses along one street.
Well, yeah, because the other one is my alma mater. That's NJIT. So like I knew my way around that campus. Spent a lot of time there.
We got introduced to Disco Fries.
Yes, you did get introduced at McGovern's in Newark, which is for those who are from Newark and the New Jersey area. It's one of the stomping grounds for all the campuses there. I introduced Joe and Chi to Disco Fries, or for the Canadians who like to call it poutine, but whatever. But my most favorite memory from that trip was Chi experiencing snow for the first time on the East Coast. That was that you lit up like, and I am so fortunate that I was there to experience that with you, like that. Like the best I could describe it is that youthful enthusiasm. Like, and I've now since seen it in my son as he's gotten older, but like it's a good thing. That youthful enthusiasm, I think is a good quality to have. But like, that's like, just, that's stuck with me, like all this time, and the Disco Fries, but yeah, but that being able to be fortunate to be there with you to experience that, Chi, that was just amazing. So
yeah, thank you, team. Yeah, thank you for your tour during this time. I was so, because I kind of working for USC for a very long time, right? I only enjoy the sunshine, right? I never see snow on campus, so and then this was really fascinating for me.
I don't even think I knew it was supposed to snow that day. Like, I think it was just like one of those, like it was just cold and gray, and like it just happened to snow at that time. So there was.
Tell me about. See, now you're talking about snow, and you're making me miss snow. Tell me about the kind of snow that was falling.
I think it was the fluffy kind of, like it was a good fluffy. It wasn't like heavy or anything like wet snow. Like it was really the perfect situation. It really was. Like
it was just all kind of falling down slowly, and you could like catch it with your tongue and all that good stuff.
Yep. Yeah, it was like Hallmark. It was Hallmark movie snow. That's what it was.
What was the snow like to you?
It's very soft, and then it's just beginning. Yeah, so like it's something like rain, but it's slightly solid. Yeah, so it was fun. Yeah, because I kind of the atmosphere is very good. Yeah, I think that I kind of looking for coffee during this time. Oh my gosh, it's so cold.
Okay, by the way, there's another side of the story too. So Chi had his first. Tell me, Chi, if I'm. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. So this is where we met up. We were going out to Crestron headquarters. That's why we were out there, right? And we had the first fluff, but then Travis took us after we met there. Then we went up to Crestron, but then we went into the city afterwards. And no, we went to the Ron Epstein's restaurant, his home restaurant that night. That's where it was. And Ron tried to turn. Travis tried to turn to meet Ron, and the whole car did a 360 because
Ooh.
Travis wasn't used to driving in it, but it iced on the road.
Oh,
It wasn't a full 360, but it was enough of I turned, but the car didn't exactly want to do what I wanted it to do. Because Travis is also from here. So that was fun. And then we went into the city after that. And that's we went into the city for dinner after that. Yeah. Or after it. That was fun.
it's what great memories. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I have a souvenir from that trip. Hold on, I'm getting up.
oh, he's got a souvenir.
Chi, what am I gonna get out, Chi?
Wow.
What am I getting, Chi? He knows what I'm getting.
The napkin.
I am getting the napkin.
Woo.
You ready for this? So this is Napkin Cat. Okay. I literally framed it from that trip.
Aw.
Yes. And it sits, and so if everyone wants to know what this is, like
there you
this Napkin Cat. There we go.
There you go, everyone. And so if you're not, this is your regular reminder to please go to YouTube and like and subscribe this video so you can see all the blurry kind of ness that Joe.
Hold on,
I know it's the background. I get it. It's coming in and out. And also you can watch at higheratav.com.
None. There we go.
There you go.
All right. So this, by the way, everybody, was Chi and I at the Crestron headquarters. Look at the clouds. These clouds were done before anybody ever talked about clouds. This was us coming up with how could you do a completely virtual, as everyone knows, this is why we won our 20-some awards, that we invited hybrid learning before hybrid learning existed, because before we needed it for the pandemic. This is the napkin it was written on at the Crestron headquarters, where we went, what could we do? And Chi and I were, Chi! That's why Chi needs to be AV Professional of the Year. My God.
Like he's been a vision. You've been a visionary.
He was in the room where it happened.
I know.
And I literally have it framed and in my office. Like, is that or what?
That's
like
cool.
We wrote that, like, what if we did this or this Zoom and then we did blah, 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 blah. And by the way, we have 8 rack units. She did it in 4, and Adam did it in 1. So there we go. It's crazy, huh?
There's your history lesson right there. That we've been able, smaller, thinner. Yeah.
This right here in my hand is in more than 10,000 schools because of the pandemic. Right here in my hand. What Chi Hang Lo designed. Right here. Again, I might be a guy. I want credit for idea. She gets credit for actually figuring out how to happen.
Yeah. So Joe, I also want to add one thing too. So I believe that after we came back from the trip from New Jersey, right? So we went to the Cyprus to have a training, right? But during the training, so I believe there's something basic 101 class, but I show you the drawings. Hey, this is the blueprint in the future for the school at this time. You remember with Jimmy? So that, and then, that's created history. So, wow, I cannot believe.
That's right. We did this before we actually got our Restaurant 101.
Yeah. And the end up, we just end here so that we don't need any more.
How about that for 15 years? Actually, that was 2019.
2019, yeah.
No, yeah, because we were there in December of 2019. So 5 years.
So there you go.
Crazy. 7 years.
Crazy.
Oh.
So that just shows, we've come a long way, and especially in 7 years, it's like we've gone from 8 RUs to 4 RUs to.
I know. In here, in this little area, Crestron designed an entire SKU based on, can we do this? Can we do this? And they didn't even have it. And now you can buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
No.
And that's, we've always,
Hetman, right?
Mhm.
That's what Hetman's about.
Right.
Doing things to people, to our manufacturers and saying, we want to do this. Go make it.
And we've always said that the manufacturers that have been most successful with those of us in higher ed are the ones that listen. That's all it takes. It just takes listening, you know, like we have smart people. There's a reason we work in higher ed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we're smart?
I think clearly we're smart, Joe.
If we were smart, it's an industry that pays better. Oh, wait.
Oh my goodness.
Wait.
That's a whole different episode.
Yes.
Episode 1.2.
Yeah, I'll wait for the
Podcast.
we'll wait for the next salary grade book from Avixa when that comes out and or digitally. It's like, okay, here it is. It's like, here, where are we not right now? But so yeah, it's been a fun 15 years, and I'm looking forward to 15 plus more. So I know I found my people. I found when I was writing my essays for admission for getting my MBA, which I'm starting in a couple weeks.
Whoa. Single time out.
Yeah.
Let's go back on that. You're starting your MBA?
I am. Yes, I got accepted to Rutgers Business School, and I'm going to be starting my MBA the spring semester. So, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but you know, it's been 10 years since No, wait, hold on. Oh, it's been like 12 years since I've taken a class. So, yeah, so a little nervous, but excited at the same time. Yeah, so I'm just getting my wheels going on that. But when I wrote my essay for admission, and they asked about where I saw myself going, and I full-heartedly was talking about that this is the industry I want to be in. I talked about my career path and how it's been here, there, and everywhere. Corporate, security, facilities, nonprofit. Like I've been all over the place. And then 15 years ago, I found higher ed, and this is now where I want to be. I found my people. I found my tribe, as it were. And this is my career. Like, this is where I want to be, and I want to see our industry thrive. And I'm hoping to be part of that, to continue making the change that helps us keep moving forward. So clearly it worked. Clearly it was a good essay, because they let me in. So,
you know, I love that, because I think about our time. Like, you're one of the few in our industry that I've known the longest, right? And Corey is part of that, right? I know we met at Marist, and that's what, but so much of my career has been paralleled to your career. Like, and so you wanted a predictions episode. So what's your prediction? 15 years from now, you said I'm going to be here for the next 15 years. What does AV look like 15 years from now?
You're on the spot now.
Yeah, you put me on the spot here. So
it's 15 years from now. There's only one person on this call who can predict it for 15 years, and it's me or you or Murphy.
Yeah. So there's not the existence of hardware, I think and I think what Chi and you guys are doing right now is a testament to that, because in 15 years, that's going to be the standard. Like, if you're not cloud-based in 15 years, you are way behind. Like, it's like as if you're still having VGA 720p projectors in a classroom. Like, it's like at this point, like, if you're still doing that, you need to consider what you're doing, find the funding. And I know it's not easy, but you have to we have to move forward. So cloud-based is going to be the standard minimum. I think there's always going to be a place for the physical classroom, but I also see there being more of a convergence of the virtual and the in-person, where right now it seems like there's a bit of there's a barricade between those two. Like they're considered two different entities in a way. In 15 years, it's not gonna matter. Like if you can't be there in person, you're gonna have a virtual seat in the room, or you're gonna be home and you'll be able to experience those in the classroom as if you were actually there. And I don't think it's gonna be goggle based. I think it's gonna be more AR and like that.
Look,
So
I want to do a follow-up to you.
okay.
Will the words brick and mortar actually even matter 15 years from now? That's a good question. I'm saving that for my next podcast episode. Damn.
Here's my thought on this. And I almost said no more classrooms. That was the first thing that went through my head before I said what I said about the convergence.
But you got to go with that because you are tuned in to our industry.
And I think my
we don't want to say it, do we? We don't want
to say it because I think right now current leadership and this is not just Rutgers. I think there's many other universities that the brick and mortar in-person experience is necessary. 15 years from now, in 2031, and it's it's funny. My son is going to be graduated out of college at that point. So I'm almost predicting what his experience is going to be like. And I think we are going to see fewer colleges that are brick and mortar. I don't think we're going to be all out of there because I think there's going to be community colleges. I think there's going to be, so I think in 15 years, bigger universities will have a better converged presence. Brick and mortar.
Brick and cloud.
Brick and cloud.
Brick and mortar moved to brick and cloud.
Brick and cloud. Yes. There you go. We're at, and the cloud is what's going to hold it. And the cloud, here you go. The cloud is what's going to hold it all together. Just like the mortar. It's actually, you replace the right thing. You got the brick and you got the cloud, and the cloud is what's going to hold it together. Because it's going to be exactly what you guys are doing. It's going to be security. It's going to be access. It's going to be registration. It's going to be financial aid. It's going to be everything in a true one stop.
It's going to be $100 million a year college football. So it's going to make sure that it never goes full cloud.
Right.
Until those next generations die.
I was going to say, in addition to cloud being very popular as the foundation for the future, there's also a lot of noise about AI. Like, AI, and AI is somewhat mockable, right? Feel like, you can just figure it out. I've often called talking to AI is like talking to Captain Obvious, because AI comes up with answers like, well, I knew that, but they will come up with it because it's pulling in from things that, like, I can't think of everything. They pull it all together. What I mean to say about this is AI brings us possibilities that we forgot. Like we go, well, it could be this, it could be this. But if you ask AI will say, let's look at all the things. And we can quickly skim through all the things. All right. So if we're looking at check your assumptions, bring it all together, ask all the questions, which is what AI helps us do, it would ask the question of it would make us face the question of what is the real reason for this bricks, for these physical spaces? What are we doing with it? What's the value of it? How can we start engaging with it the way it should be engaged with? Be more efficient, be more purposeful in the choices. Like you were saying, Tim, there might not be as many spots. There might not be as much. We're still going to, I believe we're still going to have, maybe it's for football, maybe it's for doctors actually dissecting frogs and cadavers. But there are some things that cannot replace.
Robots will do that.
And robots should absolutely do the right types of that. Should have the right choice for robots do these certain things, and humans do other things. But for the things that humans need to do, and we may be able to outsource or offload it to robots more and more, but there are some things that humans will do and humans need to do, and for those purposes, we're going to have the right, more streamlined physical spaces. But let's optimize it. I love your nodding, Chi. I love that. You're like, yes.
Well, there's only one patent pending AI expert in this call, and that is Chi Van Woeart.
Okay.
Oh, so Joe, so one of the things is the AI is really amazing. So, and also I was very excited to using the AI to help us to discover more data, to construct more data, because I'm doing the AV for many years now. So that I also think there's a lot of opportunity we can using the AI to extract the information from the AV system, such as the temperature, air quality, sound, noise, blah blah blah. Right? Those directly impact the learning experience, right? There's, at least not for 15 years later, but for now, right? How we also using the AI to make the designs not only to meet the professor need, but also to make sure that the student have a good environment. I think this is also using the AI would be one of the very important tools to help us to enhance the experience.
Right. And if we can start to iterate improvement, almost like, I had a PM minute that I was going to talk about, Tim, but I don't think we're going to get to it this time.
I don't think so. Sorry, Murphy.
It had to do with agile iterations, sprints that will get you going into the future.
Oh, no. Chi Hang is major agile. Go. PM minute starts.
No.
You know what,
team.
I should give you a call and have a nerd chat one time and talk about it. But that's the sort of thing it was going to be like, hey, we can't know. Okay, here we go. This is what it is, because this is what I was going to say, is you don't know what 15 years is going to bring. You didn't know 15 years ago that you were going to be in AV this long. You may have thought it'll lead to this, it'll lead to the next and the next. But that's the thing about agile project management, scrum mastering, etc., is you take the spot where you're at, get to the minimum viable product. You get to the thing where, okay, this part is done. And then you ask the questions like, okay, what's the next thing that we can do? What's the next bunch of tasks we can complete to get to the next stage of done, and iterate as you go along, so that you can get better and better and better. I think I'm saying this very approachably, Chi, but that's pretty much what Scrum mastering and agile is supposed to be. It's like, hey, I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 15 years, but I do want to do what I'm doing now to the best of my ability, learn from it, and then take the next steps and go forward and forward.
Yeah. So just some backstory I never share for everyone. So during the whole UCLA implementation for the pilots, right? So that we start everything from scratch. We have nothing. So we go through the Scrum for probably like the entire summer to kind of help us to figure out how the next generation AV system will look like, how the cloud infrastructure and what need to be built, right? And then also like Kenny, how he built the UI and then to control using the technology to control all the AV system, right? So this was a really amazing process, because when you asked for me back then, probably like 12 months ago, right? So what is the AV solution for user? I definitely cannot really answer. So because it doesn't exist, right? But we take the challenge from Joe to build something is never exists, and we did it. So I think that to using the Scrum is really, really important to have the methodology to build something never exists before. And then also to have the vision is very important, right? So Joe gave us, he hired me, gave me the assignment. So bring me something crazy. So he always said that, and then to me and my team, and then we practice it, right? So that I think this. I'm also so glad my team, Mac, he is the project coordinator, so he has a PMP, so that he kind of lead the whole Scrum process. I'm very fortunate. I have a very strong team to do that. Yeah.
All right. We still have to do more 15-year ahead. So hang up. You're 15 years.
Oh, 15 years. Joe, yeah, one of my background, I study architecture, so that there's a no physical space to learning. So I would be very upset because there's missing a lot of opportunity to have the people have the interaction. But my cousin, she's taking class at UCLA, so that she told me that she skipped a lot of classes because she can watch the video. So I get that. So, but I see that is kind of. I believe that one of the discussion we had before is for the higher division, right? They need more experiment, right? They need more interaction. This will be more beneficial to have the next generation AV system to kind of let the professor and the student to learn about the topic they need to learn. So, and then also, I believe that doing our implementations, right? We integrate with a lot of services. So we can integrate with the schedule, with the building management system, all kind of stuff, right? That's kind of to project the future, the smart campus. What does a smart campus look like that they can have the whole experience, can map out with the AI. So I'm not saying that the AI we're going to control the activities, right? But the AI will enhance their activities over the campus. I will be very excited to get all the AV system. It's not only the AV, but a part of the ecosystem, become a smart campus for a student.
I absolutely love that. Murphy, what's project management like in 15 years?
Oh.
I think there probably will be more tools. AI would do a good job of picking up meeting notes. I don't know. I think that project management is very much a complicated thing for people to do, because it's taking so much information. I've said this many times. Project management is gathering the information, processing the information, gathering the information, organizing the information, and giving the right pieces of it to each person that needs it. You have to process all that information. Some of that can be helped with AI, and a lot of it has to do with people managing the robot servants, I suppose. I would hope that project managers would get more respect and be more empowered to do what they do. I fear that some people may think that the cycle will continue. The cycle is, oh, we need someone to handle this. Then someone starts handling it. Then people get used to it being done well. And then the project manager, people think, oh, we don't need that person anymore. And then it starts to decay. And then it goes in the cycle. So honestly, I think that's probably going to keep happening. I would hope that some people who value the outcome would continue to value project management. Like, I think it's going to be what it's been for a long time, with some help in the AI world. And it is honestly, it has been really helpful since the pandemic. Since cloud's been around, there has been the ability to do the work remotely, and that has been a big help, actually, to be able to contact people, keep that gathered information on the cloud so people can access it all the time and people can add to it. So that is one thing that's helpful. I would like to see what's going to happen in the next decade. Not sure.
15 years. And since you all asked me and I'm laughed up.
Well,
My-
hey, Joe, excuse me, Joe. Where do you see the AV industry in the next 15 years?
Okay, now I'm
Ooh.
off. Am I now?
You're back. No,
Am I-
you're
am
still
I-
crew. You're still crew. It's fine.
Because you asked the question, I didn't take over.
Well, yeah, no, and it's I was reclaiming my host, throne here, because, but it worked because it was about me for a bit there. I can't ask myself these questions, so
See?
but go
That's
ahead.
why
Joe.
we're team players.
Yeah,
We're players.
play us. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to use Murphy's Law, not written by Murphy's Law, but actually Murphy's Law. And Murphy's Law is that all of technology, well, originally Murphy was in 1950s. By the way, you can buy my book, Producing Worship, and it is on page 1 where you will learn Murphy's Law. Where when the semiconductor was invented, it was that technology would double every 50 years. And obviously he was wrong because he didn't realize the double of the double of the double. Exactly. There we go. If we look back 15 years from today, okay, 2011. 2011 feels like yesterday, right? I got into higher ed in 2016. I left and sold my old company in 2008, then the other one in 2010. I was saved in 2010. Got married in 2011. Oh my gosh, it's been 15 years with Amy. It doesn't feel that long.
Mm-hmm.
Technology has changed, but it has. See? It has right here.
Yep.
But that said, we will not be talking about AI in 15 years.
No.
At all. Because AI is just what's next. It's what's now. We were talking about hybrid. No one says the word hybrid anymore. But 2 years ago, we were saying hybrid is forever. But we don't say those words anymore. My feeling in 15 years is that technology will change so much that personal identity will define your experience. And what I mean by that, this won't exist in 15 years. I'm going out. This won't exist in 15 years.
Okay.
I don't know what will replace it, but I'm going to guess that this won't exist in 15 years. The screen we are talking on won't be connected to a computer in 15 years. Something else will connect us all. Because the speed of technology is so fast right now. Chi and I are meeting with a very important person on Friday in the entire industry. And we're probably going to find out shit that we don't even know exists. And that's why I'm about to say this won't exist in 15 years. This will be the flip phone. This will be the things that the kids of our kids laugh at in 15 years. And I don't think I'm wrong.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she will agree with me.
Yeah.
Scary, but I think it's true.
Well, we don't have to worry about breaking them anymore.
Who are listening and not watching, I was holding up my cell phone. I think the cell phone will be dead in 15 years. Not dead,
I hope so.
but dead in distance. It'll live in a different form. I'll never lose it because I left it sitting on the bathroom counter.
Right. And you won't break it.
Connected to me. I don't know if it's in me or if it's on me or whatever.
Yep.
It'll just be different.
Mhm.
There you have
I
it.
believe that maybe they have a new term, yeah, not a phone anymore, but I just don't know how they call this kind of objects, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it would do so much, right? So to do the communication, computing, right, connect to the AI, and then, or maybe even though driving, right? So that you just put this object to your vehicle and then talk to the vehicle, then they will drive you home. I don't know. There's a lot of
Why-
possibility.
Why can't the vehicle know who you are? Like
Yeah.
this stuff, we're not far from it. Like we are so close to so many things that I'm sure is already invented. I mean, CES is going on right now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about CES. Sorry, even though I am a current media holder of CES, though I'm not there. You like Chi, we went to CES a few years ago,
Mhm.
right? And it was a
Mhm,
fun
mhm.
experience. But the thing is, people don't actually show everything that you want to see because they can't let their patent pending stuff be seen. So the only thing you get is the second tier down. You get in a glimpse, but you don't actually get the players. Right, Chi?
Mhm. Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, CES is kind of cool. So I was not able to go this year, but also I keep tracking it. So a lot of AI application. It's just like Joe, right? So that you're not really touching it anymore. You're just talking with it, and then maybe in the future you're just thinking, and then they will grab your ideas and then execute it. So that's not that far for this 15 years.
So there you go. We looked in our crystal ball to see what we see in 15 years, and it's gonna be. You know what? It's not. It's definitely. What's it? Irrecognizable. Irrecognizable.
Okay,
Yeah.
we started it. We started it with the future so bright you got to wear shades.
Yeah. There it is.
Let's keep that.
I'll put it back on. There you go.
Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
So, all
Happy
right, folks.
years, Tim.
Oh, thank you. It's been like I said, it's been a journey. It's been a lot of fun. It's and I'm definitely not the same person I was 15 years ago. I'm glad I found this industry. Made a lot of good friendships. And not that it only popped in my head because I got an email earlier today, but we've lost some good people along the way as well. And yeah, so I'm sorry, we're not gonna go down that. But we'll remember those people fondly, and we'll thank them for where they've guided us to these days. Yeah, vote for Chi.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure you get out there, vote for all your favorites, including Chi. That's what we do. Let's support everybody. Let's get out there. Let's do that. Next week you're gonna find us in our inaugural AV book club, AV Life book club episode. So that'll be coming out. I think you all can guess what book we're going to be talking about there to kick things off. So there might be a small book that we might be talking about out there, and I'm not even going to say it because I'm going to force people to go to YouTube or to higherEdAV.com and go look at the video, and you can see what I'm holding up, and then you'll know what we're talking about next week. I think Joe went to go get his. There we go. All right. I was trying to vamp until Joe got back. So yeah, so come. So that'll be next week's episode. And coming up in February, also just putting it out there, is the HETMA Virtual Conference, which is now currently nominated for an AV Nation Award. So vote and then come and see what it's all about in February. So thank you for jumping on, and congratulations again, sir. Very well deserved, as I said earlier today. Joe and Murphy, thank you for being a part of this journey. And
Token woman tonight.
Oh man, I'm the only East Coaster.
That's
I'm
true.
like, I was like, and like it's so West Coast heavy. I just realized, like y'all are like,
Coast is the best coast. So we rap battling. We're ready to go.
no,
Woo!
we're not going down that road
You
again.
know, the AV life is full of different combinations of things. We have all kinds of guests and crew members that show up at different times, and that's part of what's so exciting.
That is true. That is very true. So, so and to all of my audience, or our audience that's listening out there, thanks for listening in, and as always, until our next adventure.